welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Brittany Morris. Today I am making a very simple freezer breakfast for my husband. If I was to make this for myself, I would remove the bacon because it tends to make me really sick. And I would add in some hash browns instead and then put the egg inside the hash browns after a little bit of time in the oven. But um, I haven't really been wanting breakfast sandwiches recently, so I just made the breakfast muffins for my husband. So I hope you enjoy, and I will see you at the end.
Okay, so we're going to start by cutting some bacon in half and adding them crosswise to a muffin tin. I'm not adding any oil or spray or anything because there's going to be plenty of grease that comes from the bacon. And make sure your oven is preheating to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Try to press the bacon in to keep the shape a little bit because the bacon will hold the shape as it cooks. So just put a little bit of pressure just to put it exactly where you want it. It doesn't have to completely cover the pan. It's mainly just to add a little bit. So I am going to put this on the cooking sheet to make sure that there is no oil spillage and put it into the oven. I'm going to cook it long enough where it is mostly cooked because I am going to be putting it back in with the eggs. So that is up to you on how long you want to do that. Now I'm adding some eggs to a bowl and I'm going to get it all ready to add to the baking cups. Now, I don't think a whole egg is going to fit very good in each of the muffin tins, so I'm only doing 4 eggs for all 6. And I'm going to beat these, get them really well mixed up. My son's getting impatient, waiting for his slice of cheese that he knows is coming. Now I'm going to add some grated cheese. Usually I have it like bulk grated, but I just haven't gotten around to it this month, so I'm just going to do it by hand. And I am using some sharp cheddar because it has a really nice flavor and it is much stronger than the medium cheddar. Now we've got to use some seasoning. I have some homemade seasoned salt that I'm using. It's just a mix of different spices into my salt. And I'm going to It looks like my lid on my onion powder wasn't on very well, so that kind of spilled over. I want it to be relatively mixed because I want it to be pretty even throughout, so there isn't one muffin that is more seasoned or more cheesy than the others. Adding a little bit more pepper because my husband likes a lot of pepper on anything to do with his eggs. And that's ready. So I forgot to record the in-between step, but basically I just pulled the bacon out, poured egg into each of the muffin tins and put it back in for 10 minutes. This is me checking to see if it is cooked, and it still seems a little bit underdone, so I'm going to add it in just a little bit longer, just a few more minutes. And that is it. They are ready. So I'm letting them cool just a little bit before I pull them out. And I'm going to slide a butter knife around the edges and they just slip right off. There's grease from the bacon and it just comes right out. There is going to be a little bit inside the pan still, but a majority of it came out without issues. I'm kind of fumbling around because I'm holding my camera also, but there it is. Now I'm going to be putting each of these into a bag and put them in the freezer. And I microwave them for about a minute and a half to have them ready to be eaten, and that is it.
And that was it. You can add more vegetables and you can add things that you want. It is a pretty open recipe. You just make sure that you're cooking it long enough if you're adding any vegetables. I used my homemade chicken stock, but you can use water with some bouillon. You can use chicken broth from the store, whatever you have on hand. Just make sure it's something flavored, not just water, because that's where a lot of the flavor comes from. I did end up needing to add a little bit more salt to mine because I did have my homemade stock and there was no salt in it, so it needed a little bit more at the end. But most of the store-bought stocks or the bouillon is not going to need additional salt other than just a little bit of that soy sauce. So I hope you enjoyed and I will see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and catch my next video. Goodbye.